me just tell you up front, the weather has been awful, and so I may sound a little weird. We've had nothing but cold and rain recently. I got stuck out in it last night, but if you saw the post on the community page, you know that voting for the YouTube's Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame is already underway. I thought I would go ahead and do the official reasonable facsimile of a podcast for June and give you guys a little more detail on how this was put together. While we do that, I thought a 1951 match between champion Lou Thez and challenger Ray Gunkel for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship would be appropriate for the visual. They are both nominees. And of course, unveiled the logo for the Hall of Fame, which, if I do say so myself, came out looking pretty good. It's what I used in the thumbnail. Okay, this is obviously a fan-driven Hall of Fame, kind of a People's Choice Hall of Fame. Most wrestlers, not all of them, but most of them, say that the fans have always been the most important part of why they do what they do. So it only makes sense that there is a Hall of Fame with the inductees chosen by fan vote. I will say, even I am not voting in the polls. That's all you guys. I will be playing a part, but I'll get to that in a bit. A part other than choosing the nominees and putting the thing together. In the description of this video, I will put links to 5 different polls. These links are also on the community page in the post that went up June 8th. That's the most recent post as I'm putting this out. We have 5 different categories to vote in for the first class of inductees, all determined by the year they debuted. We have 1949 and before, the 1950s, the 1960s, the 1970s, and the 1980s. There are 50 wrestling personalities in each poll. And of course, I put, there's pro wrestlers in there, obviously, commentators, even a couple of referees. There's valets. It's mostly pro wrestlers, but there are some other people mixed in. You can vote for up to 5 people in each category. I'm going to try and leave it up for a good while. October just seems like a good time to present a new class for the Hall of Fame. But since this is the first year we are doing this, I will leave the door open to extend that if need be. For now, we'll shoot for ending the voting on October the 1st with the official presentation for who gets in sometime later in the month. I didn't just grab a bunch of names and throw them out there. I made a very long list of people for each category and then whittled that down to the 50 in each one that are there. Especially for this first class, I took into consideration things that happened outside the ring and away from the business, as well as behind the scenes activity like training other wrestlers, for example. That's for both who was included and sometimes excluded from the list. The top 3 vote getters in each category will go in. Plus, I will choose one individual that will go in automatically. Now, right now, I'm referring to this as the Creators Award, but I am trying to come up with a better name. But the end result will be the same. That gives us a total of 16 in the inaugural class, and I thought that was a nice round number for the first year. It will be different next year, but for this initial class, I wanted a nice mix of wrestlers over the years and a lot of choices. And next year, there will likely just be a single poll with about 100 names on it, and the top 3 go in. I did want to keep some sense of being exclusive and being special, but also keeping it open to as many people as possible. So I think that about does it. You can vote in all of the polls or just one of them, 1 or 2 of them. Then that's up to you. I also did want to mention I use Pro Wrestling Wiki as the source for all the debut years. About halfway through, I wish I had used something else because I started to question the accuracy of some of the debut years listed. I also noticed that sometimes they had people listed twice, and there was just a lot of a lot of wanky stuff going on there, but I think I managed to work around all that. Also, if you were thinking 1949 and before is a little too much before your time, and you might not even know anybody that's in the poll, go ahead and check it out. Many people that debuted in, say, 1935 or 1940 were still active in one way or another with wrestling as late as the 80s and 90s. So you might be more familiar with some of those names than you think. Feel free to pass this along to other wrestling fans you think might be interested. Again, you don't have to vote in each and every poll. You can pick and choose. You also don't have to use all 5 votes in each category. If there are only 1 or 2 you want to vote for, you can just cast your ballot with 1 or 2. I will also add, even with 250 names in the poll, I'm sure there is somebody somewhere that is going to feel I left someone out. And there were a couple of people I wanted to try and squeeze in, but I also wanted to stand firm on the 50 per category. That just goes hand in hand with trying to keep something special and elite and exclusive. Sometimes you have to leave people out. All right, well, that's another short one for this podcast. Air quotes. I have been taking a semi-break from the normal videos, but I have kind of started on the 5 things video. That's just one of my roles I follow these days. If I start feeling a little burned out, or like it has been recently, I have other things taking up more of my time, I will back away a little. I'm trying to concentrate more on quality and less on getting things out at a certain time. Unfortunately, when real life gets in the way, I have less time for making videos. But I should be coming out with more new stuff in the next week or so. Also trying to get my voice back to normal. Sorry, the weather's just been awful here lately, and I got caught in a near monsoon last night. I had to be out in that stuff. But for now, if you have just stumbled across this and lasted this long, thanks for hanging out. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, not necessarily in that order. Go vote and let other fans know about the polls. And I will see you next time.